here we are in the hunting room. And this is the stand outdoors. I'm Mike. Behind the camera we got Justin. He's going to be, he's heading up our social media. You're going to meet him because I'm taking him out to hunt for the first time back here where we hunt. So we'll see how good he really is. All right. All right. A couple little tips that could mean the difference between whether you get that big buck or not. These little things, it's unbelievable. I've been doing this 40-something years, and how many times I've spooked deer away because I didn't do these little things. One, right here. Get a reminder somewhere that'll tell you to turn your phone off before you go out that door and into, into where you want to go. That's tip number one. Number two, look down here. Rubber boots. Now you might say, oh, they're so uncomfortable. Yeah, they are. But no scent gets out of that rubber. When you're walking into your trail, I remember I had this big 7-pointer. He came in and I had to cross the trail that he was going to be walking on to get into my tree. It's the only access I had. But I had to do it. I walked across. Sure enough, he comes walking right underneath me, right on that trail. And I'm waiting for him to get to the other side because that's where I had the nice angling in shot, right? Where I walked, he comes in and stops right away. He picked up my boots from walking on that trail. I even spray these down with scent lock. I spray all over with scent lock. And you should have a light pair, and then you want to have a heavy pair for the colder weather. But they're boots. I mean, they're rubber all the way around, because that will hold your scent in, and they have a less chance of picking that up and wondering what it is. And he, by the way, that deer stopped, and then he was getting all nervous, and I thought I might have to try to draw on him right there underneath me, and I tried to draw, and he got spooked and ran off. So I would have waited for him to walk past me and would have had the shot easily, probably if I would have had rubber boots on. So that's another tip. Now, another thing, I'm going to walk over here to this table. I have all my stuff in here. I have this is something that is very small. Deer have an acute ability to pick up movement. It's unbelievable. Just taking my reading glasses off scared a doe away. It was crazy because my hands were not covered. So this could make all the difference in the world between you getting that big buck. These are scent lock gloves, and you got to shoot with them. Don't forget that. Shoot with them so you're used to them. And but now that is, you don't see that movement as much. But with these glowing things, you can see whenever you go to adjust your hat or scratch your face or your nose or whatever. It's amazing what these will do. And believe me, I'm speaking from bad experience. Speaking from experience. Well, the best experience is the bad experience, so you don't do it again. And another thing, real quick here, I wanted to show you. I'm going to grab my bow. I normally have 4 arrows, but I just shot a doe last night and I haven't cleaned it up yet. But you have 4 arrows. Look at these. You got the white, this fletching's pretty bright. Yeah, deer don't see color real well. That's true. But they can pick up movement. A lot of people like to use their quiver on their bow. I don't. This is my own personal thing. You can take it or leave it. But I don't like to. Because when you pick it up, all this movement and all these bright colors are moving. So you got to be a little careful with that. I pop it off and I hang it real close on a little bow hook or just a small pot hook, just very, very small. You hook it where you can get to it, and if you need another one, if you get a second shot, which is very rare. See, when you're seeing this thing move around, look, you don't notice it as much without the quiver. Plus, it's nicer. It won't tilt your bow or make it way heavy on one side. You can get used to shooting with a quiver. A lot of guys do for elk and so forth, so they have it right with them. When you're stalking deer, you got to have it. That's true. But when you're hunting out of a tree stand or a blind, you can put it somewhere, and it'll be right there where you can get another arrow real quick. So that's one tip. So another last tip. Okay, this is the last one. There might be more, but for today, the last tip. This is a simple one. You see this turtleneck I have? Well, it's actually a dickie. These things are lifesavers because If it's too hot while you're walking in, you can take it off, put it in your pack, and once you get in your stand, you can put it on. You know, just tuck it in as best you can. But another good thing, if you put it on and it's not as cold as you thought it was, you can literally just rip this off, put it in your pack, and you're cooled off, you know. Plus it gives you a little more cover, you know. If you don't, I like to wear a mask over my face, you know, and try to keep only this area open because, again, the deer can pick up movement. Well, those are the tips I have for you today. Thanks for being with us. Remember, if you want to check out the Targeting the Truth Bible studies, go to thestandoutdoors.com.